afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another webinar. Today's Wednesday Tech Talk Tools topic is Flipgrid for remote learning. My name is Jamie Trujillo, and I will be moderating the webinar. I will also be moderating the chat, so if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put that in the chat. And our presenter today is the brilliant Montserrat Oyanadel, and she will be, of course, running through this presentation. So please just make sure that you mute yourselves. And if I do have to mute you, you can still unmute yourself when it's time to ask questions. So with that, I will turn it over to Montse.
Thank you, Jamie, for that great introduction. So yeah, we are here, very excited to be with you. So we are trying to, on Wednesdays, just to show you tools that you can use to teach online, or even when things at some point get better, you can use these also in class. But the point of this, especially this presentation, I wanted to be brave, and I need your support on this, because my goal for this experience is that you leave this presentation with a new tool for your toolbox. But to do that, I need you to participate. So please open your mind, and we will go through, and Jamie, that she's the best. She's going to be helping you through the chat, and we can always slow down, okay? So with that said, let's get started. So let's do a quick check-in. So what do you know about Flipgrid? Do you know anything? Have you heard about it? Or you don't know anything? So if you, please give us a little words on the chat, or you can, yeah, Jamie will totally tell me. I would love to just to know, what do you know at this moment?
And as you put your answers in the chat, I will relay them over to Montse. So Philip says he made an account and recorded a short video 2 days ago. Awesome.
Oh my God, that's so good. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? If not, it's okay. You know, that's what we're going to do today, but I would love to hear from you. So let's give it a couple minutes
Sure.
just for people to respond.
Yolanda is not familiar with it.
Okay.
So this is new. And since there are a couple of phone callers, I don't know if you want to allow them to unmute and give their feedback, Montse. I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, anytime. If they feel comfortable by doing that, it's great. Yeah.
New Mexico Junior College, I'm not sure which user that is, but New Mexico Junior College says, I don't know anything about Flipgrid.
Okay,
So
great. No, that's fantastic.
Demetria made a couple short video assignments, and her students never tried it, and it looks like somebody tried to unmute. Awesome.
Good.
So this is Isaiah. I'm a phone caller, and I use Flipgrid in my ESL classes. First it was a little hard, but they got used to it, and we've been having conversations using Flipgrid.
Oh my, fantastic. Thank you for saying that. That's so true. Students at first, they're very afraid, but when you get it going, it's a great tool. And we're gonna talk about those things. And of course, at the end, if we have these open conversations, I would love to hear from you and your experiences, because we all can learn from each other. Okay, let's keep going. Thank you guys for your responses. So what my goal for today, and before I talk about the topics, is that you leave this presentation by already using the application. So that's what we sent the email earlier, trying to get you the application so you can experience also the student challenge, and understand what do you need to teach beforehand when you want to start using Flipgrid. So with that said, the topics are the following. We're going to talk about what is Flipgrid, why is it cool, how to use it. We're going to use the teacher view, the student view. So I'm going to give you some examples of activities that you can take and use right away in your classroom. Also, we're going to talk about best practices for remote learning, and we're going to do a learning challenge at the end. So let's start with the what, why, and how. Those are the most important questions when you try to use a program or a new technology for your classroom. So what is Flipgrid, and why is it cool? So Flipgrid is free, and that we all love free. So that's what is in green there, free. What I like is about that it's a social learning platform, and the main way that you communicate with the students and they communicate with you is through video. So I know that's challenging. The word video scares us a lot because we have to show our faces, and also we have to speak, and it's a little challenging. But also this is what we need to practice now, and actually what students are looking to experience, because we lost the social interactions that we have in the classroom. So for that reason, I think that Flipgrid could be a great tool to use. So this program started with students, little kids in pre-K and then third grade, but actually then teachers realized that this could be also a tool for instructors, for grad students, and for anyone that wants to create this community, right? Then why is it cool? So what is awesome about it, and I love, is that it works for phones, for mobile devices, and also works for in the computer very well. And as we all know, our students have more phones and computers at home. So that's like, we already know that about a tool, and you're like, okay, we have to try this. It's user friendly. Once you get you get to understand the program, it becomes very easy to use, and actually it's fun. It's exciting. I think at the end my students were having fun with it. It's engaging, and also get a little technical here. So what are we looking now is that students can learn by building, right, their knowledge, but also with their classmates. So this application is great to create a social constructivist learning environment in online learning, which means that you want students to communicate with each other and learn from their answers. So this also could be great for a multi-level class and for just collaborate. And that's what we are looking now to create these experiences online. So how does it work? I made this little picture just to give you an idea for if you're completely new. So on the left here, you have the little Flipgrid icon, right? The teacher is going to make an account, an instructor account. So when you have the account ready, you will create a grid. That's a new vocabulary word, grid. That means that is the community of learners space. This is the space that you're going to have it's a private space. You're going to have all your activities in the grid. So it's where all your learners will come together. Then each grid is going to have a code that you will create. This code you will share with the students, and it's going to be the same one for the space, for the grid. So the students will share this one time, and the students will access to it every time without a problem. And in the grid, the teacher will add topics. The topics are called, these are the activities that you will use. So each topic is an activity, basically. On the right side, you could see the learners will access to the grid using their phones or their computer, right, the laptop. So they will respond by clicking the green button and provide a video feedback. So basically, that's how that works. The teacher will create the account, the students will access through a code. Basically, how Google Classroom works. The same, is very similar. You just give the code one time, and then the students will, as soon as they use the same application, they always will get access to it. So this is another overview, and if you're very new, I want you to pay attention to the steps, because it's easy, but sometimes if you're still technology is a little hard for you, it's very good that you pay attention to these steps. So there are two ways that the students will respond. And this is something that I really wanted to mention, because a lot of the students don't have internet, right, at home, but they can go around town and get hotspots, internet spots, so they can get that. So if the student doesn't have, let's start with the student have internet, they can actually get to the application and they can record a video right away and upload the video, and then it's done. But when the students don't have the internet, they can use their video camera from their phone, record the video, and then when they get internet access, they can upload the video. So those are two ways that works. And I remember, we know that some students don't have the access. So this is a great way to address that issue. And then these are the steps. The students will open the app, and they have that little button. So when they click that, they will, step 1, to start the submission of your video. Then they will use the red button to record the video. And then you will click again and you will stop. Then the program gives you an option to review your video. If you like it, you click next. If you don't like it, you can redo it as many times you want. So that's also very good, right? And then also when you submit your video, just to finalize the process, the program is going to ask you to take a selfie, and then you can submit. So remember, the green button, the recording button, review your video, and take a selfie, okay? Because now we're gonna go to the practice, and this is where I need your support, and I would love for you to try it. So let's talk about setting up your teacher account. So it takes 5 minutes to set up your account, which is very fast, honestly. It takes 5 minutes. Then you're gonna need your email and create a password, and maybe basic information like your organization, but just almost 4 things that you need to create any account. Then you will have a new Flipgrid account for teachers. So now I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you how to do it and show you how it looks, the teacher view looks. So and also I'm going to show you an example, and I want you to participate in that example. So let's go, and let me show you how that looks. So the activity that I'm going to show first is an icebreaker that I use all the time when I have a new class, or for onboarding, for presentations and trainings with actually other teachers. So this is the website. Let me click here. Okay, perfect. Jamie, can people see my screen? Just making sure first.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so now that you're seeing, this is the computer view, right? You can do this on the phone, but I recommend to you, if you're still unsure about technology, it's always good to start with the computer, right? So this is the link, and here you click here, the red button, but also you have the blue button too. But let's go with the red. All these options to create a teacher account. So you will click here, and in this case, it took me right away to my teacher dashboard. Okay, so this is how the teacher dashboard looks. Again, to create your account, it will take you 5 minutes. It's very easy. You just need your email and a password. But now I already did that. So I just want to show you how the teacher view looks. So you have all these little tabs, right? There are a lot of things, but let's start with my activity is the one that it tells you an overview of all the things you have here. And you have a lot of the Flipgrid activities seem a little busy, but today we're going to start simple. And then I will give you some resources that you can use by your own, so you can explore, because there is so much. But let's start with the simple Migrate tab. This is the one that you always want to be when you create new content. So as you see, and I explain you, there are 3 grids. Those are your different community space, right? Or you have different learners. As you see, I use this for my class. I had used this for a training. And this is the one that we are going to use today. The name of the grid is Flipgrid Webinar. So when I created this, I create this flip code. Okay, and at the moment, there are 2 videos and 2 topics. But before I show the information to you to access, let me show you how to create a new grid. So you're going to be here. This is the teacher dashboard. You're going to click on Add New Grid, and you're going to have this window. So you can have different grids for different classrooms. So for example, I'm teaching a career readiness class now. And I'm just going to put it like readiness, right? And then here is where you select how you want people to access to your grid. So I've been using this one because it's easier for me, and because for the students, I was just assessing if it will work, the tool for them. But now that I feel more confident, I will use the school email just to follow all the protocol about distance education and also FERPA and all those things. But in this case, you can also use the educator learning community, which requires that you have an account, but doesn't ask you for passwords or specific commitments when you create the account. So I will let you explore that alone, because you can go and learn, and it will take a little time. But actually, I feel that you can use these two for your classroom. You just choose which one works best for your institution. And with that said, you choose in this case, I'm going to choose that one. And then here you are going to create a flip code. So it's personal. You can do whatever. For example, I will put tech, demo, career readiness. So here, something like that. Oh, something short like that, because I can put it. But again, you can put like that, or you can put 3, anything that is easy. You can customize that as you want. Remember, that it has to be something that the students have is easy to remember or easy to access. Okay, so then you will click next, and then that's how you create your first grid. So in this case, I created this one for you today. So let me show you how that looks. So now this is what you're gonna see. In this grid, I have 2 topics. Topics, as you remember, these are activities. So this is how you create. You can put activity. You're just gonna write a topic title. Here, the prompt, you will add all the instructions. Here, this is the best part. You can set the recording time. So you can put from 15 seconds to 10 minutes. So a lot of the times, in my experience, it works best short. But again, if you're using this for presentations, you can use long. So that's up to you. You can also add a video with the instructions. You can record a video, upload a video that you already created, a YouTube video, a picture, or you can add a Giphy or any fun, Giphy, and an emoji. So that in this part, it lets you customize it. And these are all the things that you can use how you connect Flipgrid. So also an important thing to say is that Flipgrid lets you connect with other applications that we already use. So that also makes it very easy. And I will show you how that looks in a second. So that's how you create a new topic. Let me come back. And this here. So we have these 2 topics. So the first topic that I want you to experiment, as I mentioned before, is introduce yourself. So what I do every time that I have a new class, I will do an icebreaker. So introduce yourself, or it could be an open questions. So in this case, I have the instructions here. What is also very good, and this is something I wanted to show you, is that you have the immersive reader. So if you click here, what it does, it helps you to support people with sorry. Oh, so what I was saying is just, Jamie? Okay.
Sorry, no, that's not me. I'm going to mute somebody here.
Oh, okay. No, don't worry. I thought somebody wanted to talk. So what it helps you is when you have people that are ESL students, so they need some more support, you can use this great application that is an immersive reader. So you can play, and I don't think you're going to listen now, but you can play. So this is the immersive reader. So you can, it will explain instructions. You can change the text size. You can use different fonts, different themes, and you can make it bigger. You can also hear, this is great for language arts. So you can do nouns, adjectives. So lets you select the words, and then you can also just translate. And this is very good when you have an ESL class. So you can just change if students need that support, of course, but it's there. So that's what I want you to check it out for your class. That's right here, the immersive reader. Then here also, you can share. These are all the things. Oh, sorry. Let's go share. You can share this topic for the lesson on Google Classroom. Like you will do it at any time. So you click here. It's going to make you select the classroom, right? So in this case, I will do that one. And then you go and you click. So, sorry. You can create an assignment and there are topic. You just have to select what it works best for you. And then you click on go. You can also embed this content in a blog. This is for Microsoft Teams. So if you're familiar with Office, you can also use it. This one, I don't use really this app that much, but I'm familiar with these 3, but mainly with Google Classroom. So this is a great option that Flipgrid helps to you to connect to Google Classroom. So I know a lot of us is using Google Classroom now, so that works great. So then, as you see, this is how the students are going to start responding. So I have Jamie, I did also a video. So here you can, when you have students that, I don't know, they are inappropriate, you can hide the answers. You can also share this if you have that, if you want to share a good response. Also, you can download the video, and here you have download the selfie, and then you can edit the response, hide the response. So you have a lot of options here. So this is where you manage all the responses. So when you are looking at students, for example, going to look at Jamie, I'm going to stop that. You're going to hear her video, and don't worry, you're going to participate. So you are going to see this. So what is cool about is that it gives you the option to grade for ideas, performance, and then you can also have the option to submit your own rubric. You can add the feedback here, comments, right there. Then you can share this feedback by link or email directly the student. And it will tell you numbers of view, okay? Then here you can edit and you get more information, and then you can share. What is also cool, and this is what it works very well. When you have good responses, you will put a star. You could give them a reaction as a spark, or you can use it to mixtapes. Mixtapes is a selection of the best responses, and it will give you like the old times, like a mixtape, a video with all the responses, like a long video. It's very cool to use. But again, I wish I had more time to explore all of these, but I will give you the resources for you to do it. Let's come back here. So this is how the teacher dashboard looks. You can also, here with a little pen, you can also change all this stuff. But let's come back. So now what I want you to do is that you're gonna get into Flipgrid, and I want you to participate. Oh, something that I forgot that is very important in this part is that you can also add another teacher, a co-pilot. When you are co-teaching, that teacher will get the same management capabilities that you to manage the class. Especially, again, if you're co-teaching with somebody, you can invite them, okay? So that's the last thing. Let's go to the activity. So what I want you to do, and I want you to try it, I know it's gonna be a little scary. If you already download the app, I want you to use this code. And let me go back to the presentation to show you. And you're gonna see these two topics. I want you to participate in the Icebreaker, which is introduce yourself. Okay, so let me show you on the presentation how that looks. Let me go back. So here, so now you are going to experiment the student view. So again, if you really are planning to use this application, this is the best way to try it out and to actually learn what your students will go through, right? So go to Flipgrid. You can use the app, or you can use that link. That link will direct you to the link, the main on the computer, to the main view that we have here on the right. It will look like that. On the phone, it will look like this. Then this is the flip code that I want you to use. It's NM Adult Ed. So here on the phone, you will enter the flip code, and on the computer, you will put it right here in the little white box. And participate. Now we will give a few minutes for you to participate. If you don't know what's going on and you need some support, you can ask Jamie, or you can speak up and I will try to help you from here. So let's go ahead and please try to use it. You can also review the videos that are there. You have my video and you have Jamie's. So just check it out. Try to see what the students will experience. This is the best part about trying new technology.
So as Montse said, please, if you have any questions or you're having any issues, you can unmute yourself or you can type your question in the chat. And I got to say, I did this video last night, and I am incredibly camera shy. So it took me a few takes, but I still did it.
I know. And yeah, and Jamie, I know it's scary, but at the end, if you do this with the students, you will learn what the challenges are, and that's the best part. So yeah.
Exactly. And you will be able to show, if you do one that your students can see, you can show them that you know, did that you completed that assignment. And like Montse has been saying, you know, it's a great way for them to be able to communicate, especially for ESL learners.
Yeah, and again, we can also help you now if you really need the support. So just try it out. Also, if you want to practice this, you are welcome to post your activity later into the grid. But I would love for you to try it now, so we can actually hear from you and see what the struggle is and how we can really get you going with the application. Do we have any comments, Jamie?
Nothing yet.
Okay. Okay.
I think everybody's trying it out.
I know. Let's give some time.
Okay.
And as you can see on the screen, the flip code is NM Adult Ed.
Yes, I just loaded an app and I have this lady that's congratulating me. And I went as a student.
Perfect. So when you see the lady congratulate you, you have to choose the topic.
She's giving me thumbs up.
So are you using your phone?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to have
a computer listening to you.
Perfect. So on your phone, you're going to have a drop down arrow. And if you click there, you're going to have two options. Introduce yourself, one topic, and the second with the lady saying hi. So try to use the first one. It says introduce yourself. Okay. Could you see that?
Yes.
Perfect. So if you click that, it's going to take you to the activity and you will see two videos. And the idea is that you follow the instructions and record a quick video that will take you. The max time is 1 minute, so it's short.
Okay, so the video, that's a blue button, right?
The video, no, scroll down, is the green button. It's on the right.
With the plus.
With the plus sign, correct.
Okay.
Thank you, that's awesome. Okay, let's give some time.
So Celia asks, do I sign in as a student or educator?
For this one, yes, you can do a student, right? And when you create your teacher account, really, the truth is that it doesn't matter. You just gotta add the flip code. So you can use your account that you created and just get into the app and add that flip code. It really it's not gonna ask you much information. If you have now at this moment, try to sign up like with the flip code and see what it takes you. If you already have your teacher account, it will be the same. In a way, it doesn't matter. You just gonna for this activity, you are going to experience the student view. Make sense?
Okay, so my worry is that if I already use Zoom with the students, if I add Flipgrid, I think some of them will be confused.
That's what you're going through this, and that's why we have to learn how to teach them, right? So if you go through this experience, you will learn how to explain this, right? And I'm going to show you many videos that will show you how to do it. Okay? So the best way to experience the challenge is by the teacher going through the process, right? Yeah. So and then we can find videos, and I will show you some resources that are great to teach students.
Okay, because I have some students that find Zoom a challenge.
Of course, and that happens with a lot of technology. But that's what I would love to hear your comments, so we can give you support about how to teach this to students.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Celia, I'm going to put the flip code in the chat.
Okay, great. Thank you for trying. And don't worry, we are going to record this, so you can also do it later. But again, this is a little challenging, but I promise you that if you learn how to use it, you're going to be so excited to show this to the students. And also, like the other, I think it was Yolanta, it's great that the teachers experience the challenge, so you really know how to teach it, right? If you explain that where to go and step by step, what your experience, the students will understand, and makes you also more aware of how to promote these technology tools. And it's a little challenging now that it's online, but it's not impossible. So just give it a try.
Okay, we have a couple people in. Celia and Demetria are in. I think, Demetria, you might have actually done a video.
Oh, let me see. Yes. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Well, thank you so much. Let me show you how that looks, you guys, so you can see how the process goes. So I'm gonna be back to the the teacher dashboard. I'm gonna just refresh the screen, and then as you see, you have introduce yourself, right? And this is what the teacher will look. We have Monse, Jamie, Tametria, beautiful. And then I will listen to all of them and I will give them feedback. So, and then now Jamie could see the two videos, Tamitria could see the other videos, and then what I request is that the students give feedback to the other classmates. So all are learning. And also, as you see, you will see people that are very shy and their videos are short, and also other students that make long videos. So each of them will be challenging, but at the same time modeling for other ones. So that's what we want to create. So thank you for participating. Again, if you take your time now, but you can rewatch the video, and I will give you some resources so you can explore on your own. But this is how basically works. So thank you for participating. I know it takes a little time, but it's a good exercise. If we are asking the students to transition to e-learning, we need to go with them through the process. And I know it's challenging, but we have these spaces that are safe to practice. So let's come back to the presentation. And Jamie already copied it. This is the same flip code that we will use through this webinar. So you can always come back and and this is the thing, you're going to experience what the students will experience. So this is the flip code for this webinar. You're gonna find 2 activities. And I will be checking your videos and provide you feedback. And also I encourage you to check your coworkers, classmates, participants videos, because it's fun, it's engaging, and it's very inspiring. So best practices when using Flipgrid. So some suggestions that have been working for me. And in the beginning, I'm sorry, I forgot the name. Somebody said that it's been using this and it wasn't easy. It's true. It takes a little time, but these are some things that I've been learning. Provide feedback. So yes, if you request the students to make this, and as you see, it's hard, it's awesome. It's great that you provide feedback to each of them, so they feel that you are paying attention and acknowledging them, right? Clear instructions, few words. You can add, as I showed you before, you can add a video talking about the instructions. You can use YouTube videos. You can use pictures, graphic organizers, anything that could make the instructions clear. Provide examples. So as you also saw on the grid, Jamie and I did the video first. That's also best practices. So you are modeling what you want the students to do. And as Jamie mentioned, it's good that students see that you also did it. So they appreciate when you model and you explain and you actually show them what to do in a lot of the cases. So allow different ways of communication. Flipgrid, we didn't get there because again, you have to, it's a massive program in a way. It has a lot of little tools, and we can explore this in another session if you want to, but it allows you to put filters, to put icons, to submit a picture in some cases. So that's also good. You have to be very explicit of what you want, but it's always good to allow different ways for them to communicate. And keep trying. And that goes because, of course, as you see, it's a little challenging, but then if you do it often and the students get used to, and then their communication skills improve so much, you will be amazed. You will be like, wow, this is fantastic. It's scary at first, but then even your shy students will get into the program with you. And yeah, try to use the application as often you can. And I will show you some examples. So I hope I can get you inspired and then give you some ideas of how you can use this. So this is an example that I created for college and career readiness skills, right? That I teach into my ESL class last semester. And it worked actually well. I was very impressed with the results. It said that I cannot show you the videos of the students because, you know, we have third-party regulations, but I can show you the lesson plan. And I wanted to share that with you too. So we were talking about how to communicate better when you use the elevator speech approach. So let me show you. This is a Google Doc. So here I just put the overview, the materials. I gave them a template that I got from another website. I provided a tutorial for the teachers and for the students in case somebody else wants to use this. Again, I don't mind to share. I think we all have great lessons that we can share with each other and improve it and give feedback. So I'm very open to create this learning community with you all. Learning outcomes, and also instruction how to facilitate the activity, right? I give them 1 minute to do it very fast because again, it was ESL. I didn't want to make it complicated. And we were just trying to practice pronunciation and, you know, personality and how you speak and how you look at the camera, very simple things. So this is the whole thing, the step by step, but I want to show you the results. And let me go a little bigger so you can see. So here I took a screenshot on my phone and I got 14 responses, means 14 videos. These are the numbers of views, right? And equivalent to 15.4 hours of engagement, which is great, right? And made me very happy. The students like it. It was hard at first, but they did it. So this is how you can take this activity as a practice activity. So at first I show you an icebreaker. Now you have a content. How you can flip it as a content like practice. And then at the end of this presentation, I will show you how to use this as a close-up exit ticket activity. So I'm going to share this with you so you can read it and explore later when you have during your own time. But as you see, we are all required now to teach career readiness skills. And this is a way that I found very engaging to make the learning more real, right? More applicable, contextualized. So other ideas. So for math, what you could do for math, you could do math talks. You can talk and show a video and then ask how students will do that and what they understand about it. You can make students talk about solutions. You know, a lot of the students came up with different ways to solve problems. It's always good to talk about those. You can use this for language arts or English language acquisition, for brainstorming, book club. You can talk, each chapter could be a topic and you can have this reflection. What do you think about it? Just to check in reading comprehension or also just to communicate. You can do what I show you, like practicing communication skills, presentations about topics. As also I show you in the presentation, you can put from 1 minute till 10 minutes. So you decide what works best for you. For social studies, you can use famous historical figures. Like students could use presidents, writers. Also, they could do presentations about geography, economics. If you put like a graphic, they can also interpret those, help you to understand the graphic, and they can explain that with their own words. So you have many ways to use this for across topics. It works for every subject that you could think of. So it gives you a great idea and a way to use this platform to communicate and to share ideas. So the last part of the presentation, next steps. So these are some resources that I had for you. So you go to the same website that you created your account, and I will go back here. So if you go to Flipgrid, let me see here. Let me just put it here. So Flipgrid. Here they have a collection of resources that you can. Remote learning is huge. So you can go here. They have a blog. They have a huge community, ideas, stories, training. So check those up. Those guys are always working, providing new information. So you should explore those. Also, you have the resources, another blog, and a lot of things. It's very popular, this application. So I think you can get a lot out of it. And then another thing that I found there is the guide, a teacher guide, which is 41 pages. But what it does explains everything step by step with screenshots, how to use it. So you can find this on the website, but we can also provide you with the link, or the attachment, so you can all see, you guys can have access to this guide. I found it great, and it show you how to use each of the tools that Flipgrid offers. So for example, start with the vocabulary, and that's, and then you can scroll down and you will find, as you see, very graphic and step-by-step instructions how to do it. So that's going to be there, but also we can give you that on an email or when we post this webinar, the recording. So I know we don't have much time and already, but what I really want you to show you, this is the last application. So I show you already an Icebreaker, an application with the lesson plan, but now a great way to use Flipgrid is to do a closing challenge or an exit ticket. So as you saw, I give you in the same, you have to use the same flip code. You will find two activities, the introduction and the closing challenge. And the name of the topic is using Flipgrid in your instruction. So I know here today we have different teachers, and maybe other teachers will watch this later. So the idea is that you respond, and I will show you the prompt right away. How will you use this application based on what you learned, what you got in this presentation, what ideas you have, or how can you implement this in your instruction? So again, you have to go to the app or the website, use the same code that in the beginning, the flip code, and then you do the second activity. And I will show you here the website again, Flipgrid. This is the teacher view. So here, perfect, I have two videos, great. So this is the purple lady that Jolanta was saying. I put that, you can make it very engaging. So I invite you to just explore the program, and then you could check, these are the instructions. I give you 1 minute and 30 seconds. And here we have two. Fantastic, thank you guys for participating. So I hope you can check your other the other teachers' responses too. So you can get a lot out of that, and you can get a lot of ideas to use in your classroom. So with that said, let's see here. That's it, my presentation for today. Thank you so much for trying it. I think this is scary, but we are doing it together, and it's a great way to learn. And I hope that every time we do webinars, you can get a new tool that you want to explore and implement. So thank you so much for holding strong, being with me here, participating, and sharing. That's the most important thing. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Montse, for that wonderful presentation. Philip was wondering if there is a short one-page quick start guide for students that summarizes the getting started steps.
There is, let me see. If no, I can find it, because believe me, I really explored this very well. I was amazed. So I think there is even here on the website. Let me see if let's do a short. Let me find it and I will post it so you can get access to it, because I saw a little like step-by-step one. It's one page. Okay, so I will find it and I will share with you all. Great comment.
Great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what we can do is when we post this to YouTube, and by the way, I did send out an email to everybody with the YouTube channel link. You can also get to that YouTube channel via our NMDELT website, www.nmdelt.org. We will put those things in the comments of the video. And then one thing is really great about using Workplace for Facebook. So we'll also post there as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. I will try to post all over the place. So you guys don't worry. And also, again, that's my email. If you want to, I can email you directly, but let's make it public. And also, I'm going to leave this open, the grid. So try it out. This is the best way that you have to experiment when you try and you want to expose students to a new app. So go ahead, play around, share your knowledge, and just let's learn together. Any other comments, Jamie?
They were actually wanting me to put the link for the icebreakers in the chat. Could you go back to that slide that had that link?
Oh yeah. Oh, the activity, the icebreaker.
Was it Isaiah? Was it the icebreaker activity? Because it's just the flip code that you use for the icebreaker activity.
Oh, he wants a specific. Okay, look, what we can do, I can put it right here. So that's how you, and this is a great example. Thank you, Isaiah. So let me go back, my grades. So here, I'm gonna go introduce yourself. I'm going to share that. Copy, and let me go to the chat. Okay, that's one. That's
okay, so there's one of the links.
Yeah, and then the other one
was one of the links too. Awesome.
Yeah, remember, this is how you share one activity, one topic. The Flipgrid, the other one is just to access all the activities. I hope that makes sense. So let me let me come back. This is the other one. This is for the exit ticket. So there are two links for one activity. Let me go back, and here, that's the other one. Okay. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions.
Thank you very much, Monse.
Yeah, of course, of course. And again, this is the code for the whole, the grid. The other one that I see in the chat is for each activity, okay?
Perfect. I am going to end the recording. We will stay on for a little bit in case anybody has any questions. But if you don't, thank you guys so much for participating, and we hope that this was helpful.
Yeah, thank you so much.